Before this video starts, I just want to give a quick disclaimer that I know I said in my community page that I said I would make a tutorial that was for writing and designing villains based on my experiences, but I actually decided to put a pause on that for now because I have other video ideas I need to juggle, and my villains idea is less important than these ones that I should get out, so you're probably gonna have to wait a little bit longer for that video to come out. So that's my apologies to you guys that were really wanting to see it, even though I have such a small fan base, but that's besides the point. Just wanted to give that quick disclaimer, sorry. But yeah, on with the video. Who remembers when they watched the first Zombies movie when it was released? And before Disney Plus even launched, too. Well, I certainly do, and I loved the movie. And I'm sure those of you watching this are fans too. When the trailer for the second movie came out 2 years later, I actually felt excited because it looked good. The third one then got their trailer after the next 2 years, and I'll say that Zombies was a great story. Oh, and I say was because it unfortunately doesn't end there. Good morning, afternoon, or night moonlights. If you're new here, my professional name is Kinsey Crystalstone. I'm autistic and also have ADHD, but I try to not let that stop me from pursuing all my dreams. On YouTube, I'm known as Kins Crystal, Liliana the Wolf, the Goddess of Creation, and Fluffy Cloudy. Today, let's talk about the movie for a franchise I'm pretty sure nobody asked for, and how it almost ruined its franchise, but didn't actually destroy it. P.S. I watched this yesterday, and I actually really wanted to hate Zombies 4. Here's the thing. At the end of Zombies 3, they clearly explain that at the end of the events, they start allowing vampires and mermaids to join Seabrook. They end it off perfectly. Addison finds out who she is. Zed and Addison's relationship overcame many struggles. Because of the new change in Addison's life, the aliens found their new home, the wolves have their stone protected, and zombies can live happy lives. There's nowhere else to go. It's really self-explanatory. But Disney, of course, needed something to milk because there are no original ideas anymore. So they chose to rehire the main cast of Zombies and forced them to act positive and excited for the new slop they confirmed, Zombies 4. Okay, for obvious reasons, this is an exaggeration. I obviously don't know how the actors felt while filming. Daywalkers? Daywalkers? I would have read that as jaywalkers. I don't even. Well, oh yeah, right. Of course they needed something else quirky for the movie. Why does Bob Iger keep allowing this crap? And when the next CEO of Disney comes in and Bob can't rule anymore, will they do better? Oh, my bad, I got sidetracked. My apologies. Because Zombies 4 felt boring at times. Does Disney even care? Nope. They're too focused on brainwashing these newer generations of kids and clueless adults of older generations into thinking that their sloppy remakes and cheap cheese blenders is real work and will inspire the next generation to make even more slop. They're so reluctant on AI, I swear to God. Please, no more movies like Wish, no more movies like Moana 2, no more movies like Inside Out 2, no more movies like live action Lilo and Stitch, no more milking franchises. Please. It's getting annoying. And we teenagers and young adults have real concerns. This one comment here on a Wish review video said a line for, and this is the thanks I get, what's the word? A repurposed line, I'll just say that. A remake of the line. And it's better than any other line in that movie. Sorry, my bad for getting sidetracked again. But
we want more original ideas.
I don't care what the heck you say. You just need to listen to your fans just like Paramount Pictures did for the Sonic movies. Because if Paramount didn't listen to the fan base, then we would have gotten the ugly Sonic and we wouldn't get all the other installments that we're getting today. We wouldn't have a Sonic cinematic universe. I'm still practicing writing, and even I know that the writing in Disney's and Pixar's movies today is
ranch dressing soda combined with ketchup flavored ice cream. Oh, including a rat, too.
I'm a future indie creator that will work for the big screen. Would y'all love to hear about my original ideas right now? I have 6 in development as of right now. So, yeah, in summary, Disney is so focused on milking their franchises, and then infection slowly, well, infected the Zombies series. If I need to be 100% honest, the writing is meh. The scripting also feels kind of weird. They went straight into the point instead of giving a progression over time. I mean, books like I Want to Be a Magical Girl like go straight into the point as well, but it's not rushed. There's still a progression. And that was published, my bad, like 10 years ago. Disney, you can't even learn from books either? Well, it is a manga, so yeah. The acting felt really cringe at times. Yeah, like what was like the wobbling for, like when the ground was, cracking and everything or whatever was happening. The CGI in this movie is
Awful.
but I understand if there were budget cuts. But like Disney is a multi-billionaire company. So they shouldn't really have to make budget cuts unless something pops up. The music is only somewhat catchy. The only part stuck in my head is that one song where they sing the word down with a slide note. But I don't remember much of the instrumentation after that. Oh, I forgot to mention that this movie was predictable. Yep, sweet, sweet prediction is immortal. The choreography wasn't terrible, but it definitely can't compare to the other movies. Take note that I'm not a huge movie musical person. I used to like stuff like The Greatest Showman, but now my perspective sort of changed over time. Back to the music, it didn't really feel memorable. The others, to me, do. I loved songs like Fired Up, We Own the Night, and Alien Invasion. But Disney's just falling apart so quickly that it's unreal. And I don't even know what it is about all this that feels odd. It just is. It feels like Elio for me. Something was odd and it just didn't work. But I swear, if we find out that Disney actually has been using AI to write their movies now, we may need to start boycotting them for being lazy with their ideas. For obvious reasons, that's a joke and a little far. We haven't gotten to that point yet, but we don't want to hurt anyone. You lovely people who enjoyed this movie but don't understand that you're being brainwashed. Zed and Addison are the heart and soul of the Zombies franchise. They were the key, the gorilla tape that held everything together. From zombies and humans to wolves and aliens, Zed and Addison's relationship had some growth, resolution, and heart. So, can someone explain to me why in Zombies 4 did Zed and Addison feel like side characters, or even just props? Why did Disney make 2 characters, Victor and Nova, the leads when the entire series has been about Zedison since day 1? Seriously, where did the Daywalkers even come from? I understand wanting to expand the world, but this is not a spinoff. This is Zombies 4.
Four. Four, four, four.
Oh, Zed and Addison barely get any screen time. When they do show up, it feels like a forced cameo. Disney tried to cover it up and conceal it by giving them a tiny little reprise of Someday near the end, but let's be real. It was a guilt trip and manipulation for longtime fans. They didn't even give us proper closure. Bree, Bonzo, Winter, Wyatt, Zoe, Bucky? Excuse me, that made the series fun? Like they never mattered. Excuse me again. And don't even get me started on the Aces, Stacy, Lacey, and Tracy. They used to bring some of the best comic relief. Disney, this is not how you're supposed to treat your legacy characters. If you're going to continue the series, at least honor the people who built it from the beginning. Seriously, imagine if there was something like The Greatest Showman 2, where it's about a random toddler named Colton who wants to be a painter, and P.T. Barnum has little to no screen time, only there as a prop. It wouldn't even be called The Greatest Showman 2, it'd be called There Once Was a Kid Who Wanted to Paint. That's what this felt like. Ugh, Disney, you're pushing my buttons here. At the end, there was a shot of a water storm kind of thing, which is obviously referencing the mermaids that were mentioned and self explained at the end of the third movie. But here's another thing I never once heard Disney say that they wanted zombies to be a multiple movie series. So, really, this franchise could have stopped after the first movie, but I can't argue with them trying to expand on Addison and who she actually is. Plus, Disney has all the money to keep making crap because of how much they make from everything they own. Everything they own in one day. Compare this to the Avatar series. We know that it was intentional for there to be multiple movies because it's a multiple part series. Zombies, though, because we were never told, is a lost cause. We find out Addison is part alien. Okay, great ending! But that tease? Please don't test me. I swear, once more, if a Zombies 5 becomes a thing, I am going to lose my marbles. Disney, here's your plea for the 1,000,000,000,000th time to stop milking everything you own. The fans need true magic. Seriously, I'm not trying to sound cocky or trying to brag, but I know that I can do better than Disney today. Maybe one day I'll have movies and TV shows just as good as people make K-pop Demon Hunters to be. I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard great things. Seriously, again, would you guys be interested in hearing more about my original ideas? Let me know if you are. I'll say that I hate this movie more than like it. Disney has potential for something so much better, and yet they still fail at even just communicating with their fans.
Oh wait, we've already turned on them. And for good reason.
This is why I like other companies better, like Sony and DreamWorks. Well, sort of for DreamWorks now. Or even just indie animation companies. Sorry for getting sidetracked a lot. Like I said, Zombies 4 was just. Yeah. They didn't entirely ruin it as it was only somewhat entertaining, but it fails to be a part of the pack. Literally and figuratively. What are your thoughts and feelings? Let me know down in the comments if you'd like. If you're sick of cash grabs too, maybe it's time we support smaller voices and ideas more. I want you millions to have a good night, afternoon, or rest of your day. I will see you next video, so see ya! Hi, future me speaking. If you're wanting a summary, then here you go. This is a ChatGPT response to my summary. Or to my script, sorry. In this passionate commentary, Kinsley reflects on Disney's Zombies franchise, starting from her excitement from the original trilogy to her deep disappointment with Zombies 4. She expresses love for the first three films and frustration that the series, which ended perfectly in Zombies 3, was dragged out with an unnecessary fourth installment. Chapter 1 breaks down how Zombies 4 felt like a cash grab, created just to keep milking the franchise. Kinsley argues that the third film gave solid closure, and yet Disney pushed a fourth with new characters like the Daywalkers, who didn't feel earned or connected to the original story. Chapter 2 dives into the movie's flaws: weak writing, forgettable music, awkward CGI, and cringy acting. She feels the heart and charm of earlier films are completely missing and suspects a decline in quality due to Disney's possible over-reliance on AI and safe, uninspired scripts. Chapter 3 criticizes the sidelining of the main couple Zed and Addison. Kinsley expresses frustration that the two core characters are being treated like background cameos, while new leads take over without proper build-up. She also laments, I think that's how it's pronounced, the absence of beloved side characters, saying it feels disrespectful to longtime fans. Chapter 4 discusses the ending tease for a fifth movie involving mermaids, calling it unnecessary and annoying. She compares it to the Avatar franchise, noting that unlike Avatar, Zombies was never planned as a long-running saga. She pleads with Disney to stop exploiting their IPs and highlights how she, as an indie creator, has more original and heartfelt ideas in development. In conclusion, Kinsley admits she dislikes Zombies 4 more than she enjoys it. While it doesn't completely destroy the series, it weakens its legacy. She encourages viewers to support indie creators and fresh ideas instead of soulless corporate sequels, and teases her own original stories as proof that storytelling can still be magical. And that's it. Bye bye.